With ad costs moving into the new year being so high, record high actually, is it even worth your investment anymore to spend money on Facebook, Google, TikTok, or any of the other paid ad channels? Let's take a look at that. We do have to apologize for the visual of this video. Unfortunately, the file was corrupted, so we only were able to save the screen sharing and the audio. So instead, I've put the thumbnail, and I hope that's a good interim. If you're running paid ads, either for yourself or with an agency, do you ever look at your numbers over the last 7 days and think, wow, Monday we had a really good sales day, but for the last 3 days we've had no sales? Or over the last few months, our sales are in a decline. Does that mean paid ads just don't work for us anymore? Or is there something that we just don't know? Over the last 3 to 4 years, the way customers shop have changed. And the way that we as business owners think our customers shop are very different to how they actually shop. We're going to be exploring that in a little detail to understand this question. So the way we think they shop is they see an ad after scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or maybe even TikTok if you're in that route. And they click on the ad, they go to your website, they love it, and they buy the product. And we think that if they don't buy the product then and there, that they're not going to buy the product. This is a very short-term way of looking at your ads. And in this video, I do want to challenge you to understand the buyer journey a little bit differently, to understand how your ads actually play a role moving into the new year. When we look at attribution across multiple channels, meaning what of our marketing efforts have actually generated sales and a positive ROI, attribution shows that the way customers shop now is they generally do not ever buy a product the first time they see an ad for a brand they've never heard of yesterday and go on and buy that product, unless if you're on, TikTok viral products, etc. But this video is not for those that are selling fads. It's for those of you that are building sustainable companies with products that may or may not be viral sensations. So when that is being said, we understand that the way customers actually shop are in over a 7 to 10 day period or with at least 7 points of contact with your brand. Let me paint the picture of what that looks like. The way people actually shop is they see an ad for a brand that they've never heard of before. They click that ad, they go to the website, they browse the product page just to try to understand it, and they're like, okay, this is super cool. They'll read some reviews, but then they're like, not right now. They'll then go to Google the name of the company. They'll do a bit more digging to see if the company's legit, understand the product a little bit more, and then likely they're going to either bookmark it, add it to their cart, or just plain forget about it and think, oh, you know what, I'll come back on the weekend and buy it. At this point, if they were on your website, they may have joined your email list, or let's assume they didn't. At some point, when we then have Google ads, Google is going to track if you have branded search on, that anyone who has searched the name of your company is then going to get hit with a remarketing ad or a reminder ad of, hey, do you remember this website? Go buy the product. And eventually, after 7 to 10 days, multiple points of contact is when average customers will then place their order. So contrary to how we think, the way it actually works is customers have multiple points of contact with us before making a purchase across multiple platforms. But the way that we look at things in a paid ad perspective is, oh, well, if they come through an ad one time on Facebook and they do not purchase, we're never going to see them again. That's actually, and we need to align our thinking to what is actually happening. So here is a funnel of how customers really shop and where Meta and where Google paid ads really play into the overall customer journey and in your efforts of getting orders and scaling. Meta in itself is going to be brand awareness. It's top of funnel. So this is going to be people that have never heard of your brand before. They discover your product on Instagram or Facebook by suddenly starting to fill the top of the funnel. Okay. Meta is amazing for brand awareness. This is also why you're going to see higher acquisition cost on Meta, because generally we need to move people down the funnel to take them from I've never heard of you before to oh my gosh, I am ready to buy your product. So top, bottom of funnel. Where things come in is we get discovered on Facebook, Instagram, and they then check out your profile, go to your website, etc. They may start following you on social media, starting to engage with some of your posts, starting to scroll through that way. What's happening when we're moving them through the funnel is they're getting warmed up. They're starting to build trust or an affinity to your product, and suddenly your name is on their radar. Next step is after, remember how I said like, oh, generally they forget about you. And then when you have Google remarketing happening through branded search or Performance Max, then this is essentially serving reminder campaigns or targeting people who are specifically Googling high intent search terms. So high intent means if I'm looking for a supplement to help me decrease inflammation, or I'm looking for collagen protein or something, I'm literally going to Google and I am typing that in because I'm looking for something very specific. So whereas Meta really introduces products to people. So Meta is how we fill the pipeline if you're in sales. Fill the pipeline, and then through all the efforts on all of our other channels, that's how we move people through the funnel and bring them to the bottom of funnel where they're ready to make a purchase. Now, when we look at this, generally will happen over 7 to 10 days. However, some people may not be on your list and not purchase for 6 months. So when we circle back to the question of, are paid ads dead? Absolutely not. We need paid ads to bring more people to our funnel, to our website to buy our product. But the way that we're perceiving our return on paid ads is very short-lived. The way moving into the new year, we cannot look at it in terms of oh, well, we had a bad weekend of sales, therefore our ads must not be working. It's more your approach to how you're seeing it. You need to adopt a more long-tail view of understanding that the money you're spending today on ads is going to fuel growth 1 to 3 months into the future. So that is the way that we need to match our expectations and our thinking as advertisers, as business owners, by matching how people are actually shopping. To learn more about how to run more effective ads, be sure to check out some of our free resources below this video, or if you're listening on the podcast, go to launchandscale.co/gold. You're going to get some of our best free resources constantly updated. Outside of that, thank you for watching this video, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.